So welcome back to this third subchapter of the Profit Monks Learning Center's course. We are less than 5 minutes into this and you are very quickly going to learn about the different components of an options contract, what they are and how can you use them. So there you go. There are 5 parts of the options contract, and they are right in front of you. So that's what it is about. Now, what are those 5 parts? The first part of an options contract is the stock. So in this particular example, we are using Apple, AAPL, as the stock for which this particular contract is described. The second component is the expiry date of the contract. This is the day till which this particular contract is valid. So if you enter into an agreement of trading this option as a buyer or a seller, you will enter this agreement anytime before December 2018 and after the third Friday or Saturday of the December 2018, the contract is no longer valid. So that's what is the meaning of the expiry date. The third part of this contract is the strike price. Now this is the price, and since we are talking about the call option here, this is the price at which a buyer of the option has the right to exercise the contract, and it will become very clear in the next subchapter on what that means. But 200 here means that you as a buyer has the right to buy Apple stock at $200. It doesn't matter what is the price of the stock anytime before December 2018. It could be $250 in the open market. It could be $280 in the open market. It could be $210 in the open market. But once you have bought the option anytime before December 2018, you have as a buyer right to exercise and buy the stock at the strike price. And as we said, there are 2 types of contracts: call, which is the right to buy, and put, which is the right to sell. Now this is described from the perspective of an option buyer. For an option seller, the right to buy or the right to sell will be an obligation. So if you have sold that option, then you will have an obligation to sell the stock at the exercise price. And the last part is the price of the option, or sometimes also called the premium of the option. So when you as a buyer or a seller enter into an agreement, the buyer pays a premium to have the right, and the seller receives that premium. The one thing to keep in mind is that every single contract is a contract for trading of 100 stocks, 100 securities. It is not for one stock. So if the price or the premium per stock is $8.20 in this scenario, the premium paid for one contract by the buyer of this option to the seller of this option is going to be $820. So that's the money that the buyer is paying out, that the seller is getting for one option contract.